This is the Year 2 writing task this week. It's a spelling task and it's linked to the 12 common exception words that we looked at in your reading task. I want you to learn how to spell them this week. Let's have a look at them and look at the tricky bit in them. So door, what would you think was this sound? The sound in the middle is O, so you would think it would be O-R, or what else? How else can you make the O sound? A-W, A-U, but no, it's two O's. So that's the tricky bit. It's D-O-O-R. To help you remember tricky bits in words, you might do something like this. You might write the word out, but do the tricky bit in a different colour, like this. And then look at it, and every time you hear that word, you will see those two red O's in your head, and you will know that's a tricky bit, and you'll know how to spell that word door, won't you? Or you might think of a way to remember it, a strategy. Like it could be, ooh, I must remember there are two O's in door. Ooh, I must remember that there are two O's in door. Anything that helps you remember it, really. Same with floor, same with pour. And then because you might already know a mnemonic. Can you remember what a mnemonic is? That's where you think of a sentence which begins, where every word begins with one of the letters in that word. So, big elephants can always understand small elephants is a good one. Or you may think of your own, because it's a tricky word to spell, isn't it? Remember, they're called common exception words because you can't use your phonics. Find. So, tricky bit there is that the I does not make an I sound, does it? Find. Find. Kind. Mind. Behind. So you need to remember that if a word ends in "ind," like all those four, then it is spelled I-N-D, 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 I-N-D. And you need to know that child has just got an I in the middle. It's not chilled, I, and it's the letter I. So that's a good way of remembering that, isn't it? Child. But that children is spelled the same, but you say it differently, don't you? But if you know how to spell child, you just know that you start with that and then run. Children. But you say N, you spell it N. Children, but we don't say children, do we? But to help you remember how to spell it, you might think, oh yes, I know that, it's children. And then we've got wild, wild. So again, that's the I in the middle, the I in the middle, sorry, it doesn't make an E sound, it makes an I sound. And the same with climb. And then I remember that by thinking, but there's a B on the end, but there's a B on the end. And of course, but begins with B, doesn't it? So I want you to learn how to spell those words for next week. And as part of your writing task, could you pick 5 of them and write them into a nice, neat sentence, spelling them correctly, of course. Can you do that? Excellent.